Preachers, and this is called Motorcycle Emptiness.
We're here at Szczecin Rock Festival with the Manic Street Preachers lead vocalist James Dean Bradfield. Hello.
How you doing, man?
You're here promoting the latest album, Journal for Plague Valvers. Promotion is a tough word about this album. I wonder what is your general attitude toward this?
I don't feel like this is a record that we are promoting. I just feel like we're just playing some of the songs from this record. There are no singles on this record. It's a hard record to kind of talk about. It doesn't get played on the radio much because there are no singles. So yeah, I think I get what you're saying from this question.
What was the moment that you actually decided to record this album with the lyrics from Richey? Did you think about it for some time, or was it like an impulsive decision?
Well, I think there was something in the back of our heads for a long time because Richey had left us a booklet of lyrics before he disappeared. So since 1994 we have known that there's a responsibility that lies with us, since 1995, sorry. And in the years it's been in the back of our heads, and sometimes we would look at this booklet of lyrics and we just kept looking at them and then putting them back away, and we realized that we would just have to wait for the right feeling to come along. And that happened, I'd say, God, it was before the Enemy Godlike Genius Award. It was round about sometime after we played Poland, or before that, I can't remember, but it was basically the feeling was right to actually do this record, and it happened before Richey's declared status. It's nothing to do with Richey's declared status as to whether he was alive.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
No, the decision was taken before that. It was taken, I'd say, about 6 months before. And to be honest, once Richey's status was declared, that kind of made it feel a bit harder for us, to be honest, because that felt like as if it was going to change our reaction to the lyrics. So it was something that came along naturally, because subconsciously we knew that one day we would have to do it.
So for which one of you was it mostly hard?
I think I found the experience quite easy. I found the experience of writing music to Richey's lyrics rewarding. I didn't find them at all disturbing. And I found the recording quite easy. But I think Nicky, the other lyricist, the bass player in the band, I think he found it quite hard. I think halfway through our first session with Steve Albini, I think he felt a lot of emotions coming to the surface. I think he felt a lot of ghosts coming back into his head, and he wanted to stop, but I just ignored him and I carried on. He kept saying that he didn't know if it was right. He didn't know if he felt as if he could carry on, and I just kind of ignored him until he felt better, basically. But I must admit that when we did the British tour, I think playing the songs live was the hardest part. For some reason, I didn't quite know how to react to the music when we played it live.
Okay, so probably after this record you'll need some positive experience, some new experience. What's going to be?
I gotta say, for me, mostly this record has been a positive experience for me. Sometimes it's been confusing when we play the songs live, but I love the experience of recording with Steve Albini. I love the experience of reconnecting with Richey when I was writing the music. So it was mostly a great experience. But I do feel as if the next record has got to be has to be some kind of manifestation of joy or elation or ecstasy. Perhaps our version of ABBA, I don't know.
Yeah, I talked about this positive experience because when I think of Manic Street Preachers, I find you flowing between these great pop, even pop albums like Send Away the Tigers, and these difficult albums like this one.
I think it's kind of we do have a schizophrenic nature as people, and that transfers to our life in the band. I think, you know, we love politics, we love the complications that arrive in politics, but sometimes all I want to do is get fucked up and get drunk as well. And I think that's why perhaps where our problem has been sometimes. We love investigating things and we find it rewarding, but inevitably sometimes you feel as if you want to let go of something which is more academic, and you want to be a bit more free. And I think that's what we've always gone between in the band. You know, we've had stuff like You Love Us and Motorcycle Emptiness. We've had stuff like Design for Life and Faster, you know, and then we've had stuff like Your Love Alone Is Not Enough and Peeled Apples off this record. You know, I think we've confused ourselves more than we have our audience sometimes. But it's kind of, that makes our lives interesting, so it's cool.
You like thinking of Manic Street Preachers as a godlike band?
No. I think of something, when I think of us, I think of something that we created ourselves, nothing to do with God. I mean, getting the Enemy Award was great, but I think of something. We grew up with each other in the Wales kind of mining valleys. I think of what we did as something much more down to earth. We created it together. I never think of words like legacy or greatness, because if you ever think you're great or you've got a legacy, then you fuck yourself up.
Every person that comes to a Manic Street Preachers concert has their favorite track that they're waiting for. Is there a track that turns you on when you play it live?
Yeah, I do. I think there are a few. I mean, I always love playing Motorcycle Emptiness because I get to play lots of guitar solo. But also it's the synthesis of what we always try to do. We always try to have some kind of rock and roll ethos molded onto some kind of intelligentsic purpose. And like, you know, the first line of Motorcycle Emptiness is culture sucks down words, itemize loathing and feed yourself smiles. And then I do the riff. I think that's a perfect synthesis of everything we always wanted to do. Hello, I'm James Ian Bradfield from Richey Preachers, and you're watching Wirtualna Polska.